Hello, dear ones, and welcome to another collective reading. I hope this is a quick one. I do have my daughter sleeping, so let's hope she doesn't wake up um, and enables us to do this. I was called to do it. I was feeling it last night. We did had a Temperance Temple encounter called the Moon Day, and it was very insightful. Um, and I could just really pick up the energies last night. We're coming up to this very intense full moon in Leo on Wednesday, and there are some things going on. There's like this some squares happening between yesterday was um between Mercury and Uranus, and today is the sun that is squaring Uranus. So it is an energy that brings a lot of uncertainty. It feels very uneasy. There's a lot of anxiety in the air. I think most of us can feel this change coming up. There's like this buildup of tension, and it is a very, very unpredictable energy. Uranus just brings usually rapid changes. It's an energy that brings sometimes accidents. So it's like this very abrupt shift um, in the energy, right? But it's like there's a lot of this unexpected things that can come to us. Information yesterday, the energy is still here because of Mercury, which can deliver some weird, unexpected messages for you. Um, but yeah, also because it's squaring the sun and just bringing a lot of this feelings of anger, of resentment. It's quite strong. We also have been hit with a lot of photonic energy from the central sun. So there are a lot of the disruptions in the Earth's frequency, and we definitely are being asked to level up. Um, yeah. What else for this? Yeah, there is this definitely entering this all this Aquarian vibes. There is definitely a buildup on the intensity of rebellion. Of course, in the external, you can see it, but also and especially within, right? There's this need to just change things, just be more authentic, be more raw, to just know the truth, to just understand things, right? To understand things in a deeper way so we can create actual change in our reality. Um, yeah, we're just being prone to, and I'm gonna get into that right now with this reading because I was just like connecting to the collective, and yeah, we're definitely ascending. Yeah, yesterday on the moon day, I was talking about sublimation and that process of ascending, which you can call it sublimation, and which is an alchemical process where heat just makes something that is solid become more uh, ethereal, and it just elevates, right? So that's exactly what's happening to us. There's this energy, all this very high frequency energy coming into the planet, and it just makes our density evaporate, basically, or like in how we experience it. It's just a lot of purging, a lot of things shifting and wanting to come out of our life, like people, situations, a job, whatever it is. We are being called for this because if you're awake and aware, and if you're here, I always say this, listening to this reading, you are in this process more or less consciously. And by being conscious of that, wanting that, you call to yourself more and more light, more and more energy, and that makes you heat up and elevate, right? And I was just connecting to the collective energy and just feeling how there's definitely, well, a rise of this solar energy. And we are entering in the realms of purging a lot of anger, but also like this thing that we are so programmed to think these dense emotions are not valid. Um, but we can actually, like, there's this level of anger if you start to channel it in a safe way. We can call it righteous anger. It's just like the wrath of God. That this one of the words, like the expressions it kept popping up for this reading was the wrath of God. Is like you don't just feel enraged because you're a bad person. Like we do live in a world that it's very inverted, and there's a lot of injustice, a lot of trauma being um, a lot of abuse, a lot of manipulation. And it's natural that when you start to wake up to reality, to truth, you feel enraged with what's going on around you and within you, right? Because we individually have been hit by this system, by this inorganic system that feeds off of us, right? So, yeah. Okay, let's dive into the reading. Let's check out. Let's start with oh, with the root. Last reading, we had actual better energy in the root. Yeah, we had a better, as I was saying, a better energy at the root of the collective. Um, this week is a bit more blocked. Let's see what is here. But yeah, we were called last week to this radical expansion. We're talking about that, right? Let's see what is here. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, it is a lot of programming definitely popping up here in this energy. There's a lot of assumptions. We're getting a lot of this energy of jumping into assumptions, like assuming things are in a way, but what we are actually assuming is incorrect. It's like a bit of it's a very interesting energy. I'm struggling to wrap my mind around it. It's mainly because we are reaching a point of unlocking a lot of our fears. So even if you feel like I don't have any more fears, it's like, I do feel the universe wants us to really go deep this year. And yeah, and things are just gonna keep surfacing, keep coming to the surface for us to address and transmute and heal wounds. So there is a lot of this energy of assuming things because we are basing uh, our assumptions on our mind's perspective. So it's like assuming things in a way that we know. And God is like, well, you don't know, actually. You don't know everything. You don't know the future. You don't know. So just like we're like in a way taking things for granted, how this is gonna happen, how reality is. But in that sense, we are projecting basically the past um in our present experience, if you understand what I mean. I just want to see if we can clarify this. Mm-hmm. Let me clarify this energy for us. Because we're getting so much of this dense emotions to the surface, we tend to jump into conclusions because we are very and definitely this week with this Leo full moon energy, just a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of drama, a lot of emotion popping up. Yeah. Yeah, what is coming through is like don't assume how this change is gonna be happening in your reality. Don't assume how this new beginning is gonna appear. It's gonna be formed for you in your reality. There is some messages, there is actually some warnings that God is making visible to you, like through synchronicity to signs. Um, I just need to be very present in the now. So, like, leaving the past behind on like don't try to interpret your current reality with the lenses of the past, basically. Okay? So it's like just focus on the now. Focus where you want to go and don't assume it has anything to do with what you've experienced so far. Okay? Because things are really, really shifting into a new vibration, into a new octave of experience. So just focus on your intuition. Do not focus on what your mind knows, because your mind only knows what it had already, it has already experienced. It doesn't know what it doesn't know. What you know? So yeah, that's the energy we have here at the root cause of this reading. So it's the first message that pops up. Let's see. Then we are being really, really, really activated in a way on our solar plexus, in our inner fire, in our like really the God just wants us to deal with all these dense emotions that we haven't been, like, we're finishing a cycle. This year is a 9 year. And it is a finishing of a cycle in a lot of astrological galactic ways. And yeah, it's like we just like God just wants us to clean the slate, just don't have any loose ends in your life. Just close, have some closure in as much as you can in all aspects of life, so you can really um benefit from, yeah, from the energy, from the flow that is incoming. It's just like I have to show you guys because I yeah, reading the I jumped the sequel actually. But it's okay. We're gonna get back there because I just highlighted the energies that are more potent right now, and definitely the solar of the collective is very, very strong. And just for you to see just the cards that popped up, it's literally the sun, which I'm talking about, and gold, which is also connected to the sun energy, right? So it's like double in this case, because we are reading the energy at the solar plexus of the collective. It's like triple the fire, and it's all about this burning away what is no longer needed, burning away all these limiting beliefs, all these toxic relationships, all these situations that are not helping at all. And this is literally to help us with our authentic expression, with our sense of identity, but not in an ego kind of way. Well, we do need the ego, but it's like this purging, this purification in order to mature this ego, is this activation of this energy of presence, of vitality, so we can really like go into this new beginning that it's being offered this year with a total new perspective, with a total new approach, with a total new confidence, because we do have a role in this world. We do have a role to fulfill. We do have a purpose, a mission, and we need to be present. We need to observe ourselves. We need to be active in that way. We cannot just be passive, waiting that God is going to do all the work for us. Actually, for example, in the collective, we have a lot of this belief, of course, totally broadcasted by the negative, false matrix, the inorganic system, to distract people of this idea that somebody's going to save us, whether if it's, I don't know, Elon Musk, Trump, or terrible, Jesus Christ, the aliens, somebody's gonna come and do something. Well, guess what? No, no, that's a lie. That's a distraction. The the ascension process, and I think I stress that a lot in the energy for February, and you can access, like I did a small post on Aguiasabia Instagram about February's energy. It's also available on the Astro Guide I provide each month. If you're a part of Aguiasabia membership or Temperance Temple membership, you have access to the Astro Guide. I think everyone in the Aguiasabia memberships has access to the Astro Guide. If not, you can buy your Astro Guide in our Patreon page. and just check it out. In there, I put the energy of each month, what I channel from tapping into the cosmic flow. And it is a month that there will be a lot of chaos, there will be a lot of distraction on the external. So I do feel God is giving God is giving us the opportunity to just explore our energy, connect to our intuition in a way, purge all these limiting beliefs, purge all this toxicity out of us so we can really start to create gold in our lives, to start to really manifest our own narrative, our own story, not the narratives that the world says, like, oh, it's gonna be war, oh, it's gonna be the destruction of the planet because of this and that. It's always fear, fear, fear. When you tap into the cosmic flow, source energy, you see that is nothing of that. They want you to believe that so it can be manifested here. But come on, nobody's stronger than God. Nobody is stronger than the cosmic flow that God releases into existence. If source consciousness, if God says we're gonna elevate our consciousness, we're gonna be reunited with love, we're gonna be reunited with love, no matter what anyone tries to do different than that, you know? It's literally this year, if you unlock yourself as a source creator being, which you are, because we are all children of God, so we are made in its image. We are also creators. We can co-create with source in this reality. And that means we are able to access to the gold, access abundance, access prosperity. And this manifestation starts within the heart, not through law of attraction mind game. The mind has to have a focus, definitely, but the heart needs to be activated. It needs to come from a pure, sacred place in order to become gold, to become pure gold. Let me see if we need any clarification on this message. Yeah. So what I see here, just allow yourself truly, truly, truly to feel whatever is popping up right now. Even if it's this dense emotions of sadness, of feeling of injustice, or if it's just anger, if you're just angry, frustrated, just let it flow through you. Let it be transmuted through you so you can clear up and process the energy, because it just wants to purify through you. Yeah, so taking time to do this, it's like a thing that I've been saying in these last readings, right? Like that's the advice. It's to just retreat your energy from the noise of the world, from the drama around you. Just go inwards. Take some time to connect, to integrate all of this, to do this process. The world will tell you, oh no, just come, do this, do that. Just distract yourself. Don't do this, right? Just do something else. Oh, you're isolating yourself. Just what are you doing? right? But like if you really connect to your heart and just like, and the more we resist these emotions, actually, that's what creates suffering. And the more we resist these emotions, that's what creates stagnation. And stagnation is inevitably brings death, right? So take time to do this integration, okay? More than ever this week, be gentle with yourself. Hmm? Let me just check out the sacral, because it is, yeah, more or less, I think what the energy is giving me here, it's exactly the same um energy as last week, which was like retreat, restore, rejuvenate, which is exactly the same energy popping up at this solar plexus. So we can literally hold the space, the sacred space for this culmination, for this purge, for this process to happen within us. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. Aren't you feeling it? We need time to process it. Okay. Interesting energy at the sacral. Yes. Hmm. There's this feeling of yeah, it's just like there's this feeling of support for this process to happen. It says like this wolf spirit family, but it's not about like the blood family. It's really about more of like spirit family energy, like galactic family, your higher self. It's like angels, archangels, guides, this family that is behind you, supporting you, even if you're not aware. You're not alone. You're not doing this alone. So it's really about allowing yourself to have the support. And sometimes we just, in order for us to receive some help, some guidance, some support, we need to stop, right? Okay. Let me just see if we have something here on the sacral more than this, because I do feel we're being very supported. No. So let's go forward into the heart space. Well, we have this culmination. Last week, there was already an energy of a lot of fire. We talked about this, like it is a buildup, right, towards the full moon on Wednesday. But let's see what is the advice for this week. Let's see what is here. It is so intense. And it's funny, here is raining. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain. Even the weather just tells it all, despite all the tricks. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched Frankenskies, you cannot watch it on YouTube or anything like, but on their website they provide a link where you can watch it for free. So I really advise you to watch that documentary. I think they're trying to do a second one because this one is from 2017, and yeah, it's very interesting, very very nice work done there. Of course, I just talked about this sublimation, alchemical process. We're going through this. This energy is trying to elevate our hearts. You know why? Because in this inorganic system we are born into, we are totally, since birth or even before birth, disconnected from our heart chakra. Our heart chakra is a portal. It bridges the material world with the etherical world. And we are totally cut off from the connection to our heart chakra in order to not access with consciousness our higher chakras. And this is what God is helping us do with all this fire that is popping up within us and around us. It's trying to connect us to the heart so we can ascend, so we can gain a higher perspective. So that's why it's so important for you to just take the time and the space to allow yourself to go through this so you can really expand. You can really elevate the way you feel. If we don't allow ourselves to feel the density we have been accumulating within ourselves throughout this years, this 9-year cycle, basically, how are you going to be able to experience more higher frequency emotions like love and joy and peace when it's all the anger, all the resentment, all the pain, all the sadness, all the frustration are bottled up in your vessel, right? So whatever is going on in your reality right now within you, with yourself, just take time to process and to integrate it, okay? It's very, very, very important. Okay, let's look at the throat. Let's look at our expression. It is still blocked. It's a little bit better in terms of frequency. As people like, how can it be blocked and get higher in frequency? Well, it's where that the block, it means energy doesn't really move, but it can be of another level. It can be transmuted in some way. So it's like we cannot really access it or use it. Of course, this then changes for each individual. I'm reading for the collective, so I'm reading like the bulk of it all, like the how do we say, I forgot the word when we do that in mathematics. Median energy, I think. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it's the median. It's like the value between things. So the value that pops up between all of us in our throat chakra. It's a lot of apathy in the way we communicate. So it's like, yeah, which makes sense in a way to not be oversharing, over doing much right now in that sense. But we do have here the message that wants to come through. It's all about, yeah, releasing control. Yeah, and in a way, it's like this feeling of like we're trying to control the way we express outwardly so we can fit in. Right? It's like all controlling our expression of these emotions. But it's like, I'm not going to talk about this with somebody, like it's going to create conflict. So we then feel that within us without expressing outwardly to whom we should express it to. And this is causing us pain. This is causing us pain. One of the things of the yogic path, sorry, is that you're one of the yamas, one of the tenets of yoga, it's to practice nonviolence. But then we're like, okay, if I express myself, sometimes we feel like if I express my truth, that person's gonna feel hurt. I'm gonna cause violence to that person. But actually, when we don't um, express ourselves, our truth to somebody with the fear of creating hurt or the pain or like conflict, we are actually creating violence to ourselves. So we're not practicing kindness to ourselves because we then accumulate that energy within us and is not loving towards self. So it's like, okay, I'm not saying go there and just explode um, with somebody. No, but it's like what I feel within this energy is a lot of us are trying to control how we communicate in order to not cause pain to others, but it's causing pain to us. And what pops up with this energy is like you're trying to control the inevitable. And in that you then are feeling powerless, because yeah, truth is not being expressed. And when we do this, like it's that thing when you end up not expressing yourself fully, you kind of enter in the realms of manipulation or just lies, or you're lying to yourself, or you're in a way not being clear to other people of what your truth is, you know and this is not helping us to manifest what we really want to create. Let me see if I can clarify this energy at the throat chakra of the collective. Yes. Okay, let me clarify if I have something here, but there's a lot of like, oh, anything based in fear. If you're not gonna, one thing is that you feel like, okay, I know where I am, I know where those people stand. And I feel like if I'm gonna share my truth there because they're not in the energy of accepting what I have to say, it's gonna create more density, more conflict than any other thing. And that's not my purpose. Okay, that's a different thing. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're conscious, and if you can perceive where other people are, you also can perceive that your truth is not going to help in any kind of way. So you kind of deal with it yourself, and you transmute it with the skills and tools that you have, right? But what is here is like, no, there's like, if your truth, if there's something that is bothering you, if some of these emotions are popping up for you, and you have in your intuition feeling that you have in some kind of way to give your truth to somebody, to some situation, please do let that go to whom needs to hear it, with love, of course, as calm um and confident you can deliver, right? Also, back to the tenets of yoga, it's like the portals which our communication should go through. It's like, is that true? Is that necessary? Is that kind? Right? So always check those three things before you tell your truth to somebody. But it's a lot, and even if you cannot talk to the people that are attached to these feelings that you're feeling right now during this ascension process, purge process of this week with this super intense full moon, just journal. Just create something. Just create some art. Art is amazing to transmute energy, transmute emotions, to process them. Just cry, just dance in your room, just scream to a pillow, just journal, just in the temperance temple, the work we've been doing throughout this uh month is forgiveness letters. And I was telling people yesterday on the Monday that sometimes we cannot jump to a forgiveness letter without writing angry letter before, you know? It's a very good way to process things without the other energy of the other person present. But it really acts upon reality because you're dealing with the energy within you. So that's all that we need. We don't really need sometimes to express to the external, to the person. Sometimes we do. You have to check within your intuition to see what is the measurement, what is the level of action that you have to implement in your reality in order to get things done. So you can flow through this process. Okay. Let's go forward and check. Okay, our third eye. So last week when they were talking, it's a very very low energy. So as a collective, we are very disconnected from our intuition. We are very blind to, as a collective, I mean. But yeah, we have here, it's like, was this energy of happiness, that happiness is available, right? But we do have to make the choices in order to go there. And when the energy is more or less the same, but there is a lot of this feeling of uncertainty right now. And we've talked about this in the beginning. It's normal, cosmologically speaking, we are being hit with this kind of energy. There's no certainty for anything, right? For the world, for yourself, for your family, for your work, for your relationships. There's a feeling of nothing is set in stone, which in a way it's quite nice because what God is doing is trying to move the pieces for the next chapter of our collective experience, which is a very nice chapter. So the message here is just trust the timing. Trust what is happening to you. Trust that you will find the clarity. Divine timing is here, you know? And we do really need to connect to ourselves, to our inner voice, to our direct connection to God, because everybody has it. It's just something you need to practice. And even if you don't feel it's working, please continue to practice, because one day you'll understand how it works for you. It is a very individual, unique process for everyone. So I can tell you how I do it, and I can maybe give you some ideas and inspire you to find yours, but it's your responsibility, and it's your own unique way how you connect to God. Some people pray, some people walk, some people dance, some people, I don't know. It's different for everyone, okay? Let me see if there's something here, something else, but it's basically trust this uncertainty. Trust that it's here for a reason. It's not like not being tortured. Like the energy has been so benevolent, but it's like, yeah, we are kind of in a process of deprogramming ourselves of all these limiting beliefs that are not even ours. They're cultural, they're from our families, from our parents, from whatever. We're almost finishing. Let's see at the level of the crown, what is the energy here? It's a very interesting. The higher chakras of our collective are the root, which is usually not okay. That's why we're basically collectively leaving a psychosis because we are not grounded at all. We are here, we live in the material, but we don't know what it means. We don't know how to really connect to nature, because that's the thing. This reality is based in nature. It's its essence. And we are totally, the majority of us, disconnected from it. So we're not grounded. Our root is very high because we are basically stuck on our lower chakras as a collective, right? Driven by greed, by desire, by money, by material gains, by material manifestation of all that's like all this trauma based in our sexual energy, how we perceive sexuality. It's all inverted, right? And then there's the crown, which is totally open, of course, for us to receive source energy so it can be harvested. And you guys let me know if you want me to talk. I said this yesterday on the moon day, but I feel like, yeah, maybe I can give you some background or like introduction about the nature of this reality. And maybe I'll do a video about that, because it's very important. You cannot really go through your unique individual process without waking up to the reality we're in. Otherwise, you're just bypassing it, and it's not sustainable. It's not grounded. Okay. Message for the crown is just like, throughout this expansion, just be flexible. Okay. Just allow yourself to flow with it. Don't attach to actually anything. Just be open in your life to whatever comes, you know? It's like the more flexible you'll be, the less you'll break, the less resistance you have to what's going on, the easier you'll go through it. That's the thing, like God is gonna shift our reality so much. It's gonna elevate it so much. The external material expression of it is gonna take a while. So first we're gonna see all this system collapse. So it's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna look good. The negative side is holding as much as they can to persuade us that things are gonna get worse. So they're going to try to fear monger us, traumatize us more and more and more. Do not fall in that trap. Just that's why it's so important for you to have a direct connection to God. No, you don't need the Pope, you don't need the priest, you don't need a pastor, you don't need a guru. You have direct, you don't need me, okay? You have direct access to God. Just practice that and enter that knowing fully. Believe, cultivate your divinity. You are a child of God. You are divine. There's no sin. We live in a sin wave. That's different. That's what they mean. You're not sinful. We just live in a sin wave. It's an expansion of the universe. It goes in cycles, positive and negative for experience. Nothing of this reality was created for us to suffer. Okay? It was just a bunch of beings decided to hold on to all this information and make the other uh, part of the beings unaware of this, nescient. Okay. But now it's like the truth is coming out. You're only be ignorant if you want to be ignorant, because it's out there. It's available to all. Aquarius energy, it's not non-hierarchical. It's for everyone. It's unity consciousness. That's what we are going. So it's available to everyone. Okay. So pray, talk to God, whatever. And believe it. It's just like a lot of people tell me like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, or I don't know if it's working. It's just keep going. Just keep doing anything is life. It's anything in life. It's a practice. You need to practice. You need to practice. You need to practice until in the beginning you don't see results. You know, where if you try to learn some instrument in the beginning, you suck. It sounds very bad. You don't see results like, oh, only if you're like, you do have that gift within you or you're a prodigy. It's just like you pick up a piano and it's amazing from the get go. But yeah, most people have to practice in order to master things. And it's fine. You can suck. You can sound really bad. You can be very awkward doing something until you get good. Don't give up. Okay. And don't give up just with the idea that you need to be good at it from the start. It's like it's a very unrealistic thing. Okay. And we remember that as beings that were born into an inverted organic inorganic system that wants to control and manipulate us, we are being disconnected from God since birth, or before birth actually. So it's very hard for us to connect to God. It's not yeah, everything else is trying to make us not do that. So it takes an extra effort. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the other cards. I always forget them to finish off this reading. Okay, let's see the final messages we have here. I hope this reading helped you. You guys let me know. Like I don't really have much feedback on you. If you do watch, like if you do watch or something, just you don't need to comment. But if you want, send me a message so I can know how does this serves you or not. Or just leave a like. And of course, if you feel it resonates with you and you feel like there's people in your reality that would benefit this type of information, please just share with them. I also post them on YouTube, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do have here um us two cards, the sacred knowledge. This is what we are unlocking right now. This sacred knowledge, because it's like abundance, it's prosperity, it's providence, it's patience, it's temperance, it's justice, it's prudence, all those virtues that were taken from us, and they are our birthright. This is the sacred knowledge that was taken from us through this inorganic system implemented by basically demonic energies. But it's here. We all can access this sacred knowledge. It's our birthright. And it's the key to our survival. It's the key to our prosperity, to our evolution, to our happiness, to our spiritual growth. So, yeah, just a confirmation of what I'm saying. I always like to finish off the readings with this because I just feel it wraps up so naturally what we're talking about, right? But it's like also this card of the miracle of life. You are a miracle, okay? This idea I was saying, like, you're not a sinful being, you're not destroying the planet, you're not a parasite, okay? You are a divine being, you are a miracle of life. Start embodying knowing that. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Of course, we can always evolve and be better, but it's like your essence is pure. It's not about like fixing you, it's actually peeling the layers of illusion and trying to make you remember this. Okay. And how magical this reality also is. Okay. I love it. I love this energy. I just feel so energized after this. And usually people don't really feel energized after my readings because of the higher frequency. And when you're like a bit searching and down, it's like you get hit with higher frequency and just like, but it doesn't feel like draining. It feels just a lot. And I know I have that feedback a lot. So yeah, that's why I also ask you guys if you just leave me some feedback on these readings, please. What is the final message that we have here for the collective, please, Spirit? Mhm. Yeah, lately I've been doing this last message with the Starseed Oracle deck, which I love. The cosmic heart. Again, this is what I said. Like the universe, God is bringing all this high frequency energy to make us connect to our hearts, to the cosmic heart, devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You are being called to refocus your attention deep within to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you are, to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. Yep, that's it, you guys. I hope this reading helped you. And yeah, I see you on the next one. If you want to join us on the Temperance Temple to do this weird, fantastic, amazing, strange, energetic work, and just to connect to like minded individuals and talk about all these beautiful topics, about the heart, about consciousness, about the nature of reality, please just click on our Patreon page and subscribe to the Temperance Temple. And we'll see you there on the temple of our hearts. So take care, everyone.